Tonight at the dinner table, when mom and dad ask you, what'd you learn in school today? You can say for math class, Mr. Eichmann taught us nothing. And you mean it. And you can be honest. This is the honest truth. Today am teaching you absolutely nothing. Because everything that I'm showing you today, you already know how to do. We're just putting it all together. You know how to add decimals, you know how to subtract decimals, you know how to divide decimals, you know how to multiply decimals, and from last chapter, you remember and know how to do algebra. But right now, we're taking it all and we're putting it all together. The hard part for you is you have to remember the 2 rules of algebra. What is rule number 1 of algebra? What is rule number 1? Whatever's being done to the variable, you do the opposite. Very good. Okay? Rule number 2 is what? You do it to both sides. Okay? So, right now, we have this problem. $45.20 plus M equals $69.95. Okay, so tell me, what's happening to the variable? We just remember our rules. What's happening to the variable? Yes, $45.20 is being added to M. What is the exact opposite of 45.20 being added? Minus 45.20. There we go. We got rule number 1 taken care of. Rule number 2 is what? Got to do it to the other side. Got to do it to both sides. Minus $45.20. That goes away. We're left with M equals $69.95 minus $45.20. This is subtracting decimals. What's important when we subtract decimals? Line them up, okay? Line them up. Adding, subtracting decimals, you must line them up. Multiplication doesn't matter. And division, we just move it over if we have to move it over, and then it goes straight up, right? So, do the subtraction. 5 goes here, 7 goes here, 4 goes here, 2 goes here, dot goes here, label goes there. Told you, I'm not teaching you anything. You know how to add, subtract, multiply, and divide decimals, and you know how to do algebra. So tonight, when you're having hamburgers at home with mom and dad, they're going to ask you, they're going to, what'd you learn? Mr. Eichmann didn't teach me anything today. But now don't make a habit of saying that. Because after a while, they're going to go, why is Mr. Eichmann never teaching you anything? And then I'm going to wonder, then they're going to wonder why I'm working here. And remember, I have small children that I need to feed. So don't make them believe that I don't do anything. All right, so you have this problem. What's happening to the variable? By how much? It's being subtracted by 6.2. What's the exact opposite of subtraction by 6.2? So plus 6.2, what do we have to do? What's rule number 2? Plus 6.2. Remember, keep it lined up. K equals. Do my addition. Remember, I'm doing addition here. We're going to go 7. We're going to go 15. And the dot's going to go right there. Right? 7, 15, dot goes straight down. Okay? Keep it lined up. I'm going to warn you right now. Some are going to be addition equations, some are going to be subtraction, some are going to be multiplication, some are going to be division. You better know what operation you're working with. Don't try and go 7,000 miles an hour to get this assignment done, because that's what you guys sometimes like to do. Don't do that. Make sure you know what operation you're working with. 6k equals 7.2. What's happening to the variable in this situation? Tommy. We're multiplying k by 6. What is the exact opposite of multiplying by 6? Divide by 6. So we divide this by 6. We divide this by 6. That goes away. We're left with k equals. Now, I tell you what. I'm going to warn you. Don't just try and do this in your head, because you know what? You might get the decimal in the wrong place. Seriously. Just write it out. It's not hard. That way you know that this decimal is going to go right there. So this is going to go in there 1, and then you know that this is going to be 6, 12. There's going to be a 2 there. So the k equals 1.2. Okay? What is that? Alexis? Variable. The variable is being divided by 7. What's the exact opposite of dividing by 7? Multiplying by 7. Do it to both sides. M equals, we have 0.6 times 7. Remember our rules for multiplication of decimals. We pretend that decimal is not even there. What's 6 times 7? 42. And then we need to figure out where the decimal goes. There's only one place in this problem, so it's right there. So it's going to be 4.2. Okay? I'm not kidding. You know how to do all this. You just need to put it all together. The last thing I want to ask you about, not that one. Oh. The area of Emily's floor is 33.75 square meters. Its length is 4.5 meters. What's its width? What's its width? How do we figure out area? How do we figure out area? A equals L times W. We're given the area. It's right there. So we have 33.75 equals, it gives us the length is 4, oops, that's a big 4.5, and we don't know its width, 4.5 W. There, that looks like a problem that you know how to solve. Okay? Don't forget your label in this situation. What is our label going to be? Meters. Why not meters squared? Squared is area. Area is the squared thing. Length and width is just meters or feet or yards or whatever it is. Your homework assignment. Page 146, 10 to 28 even, and 38 to 44 all.